Good, so that means I have to know it from memory. But I did write it. You'd think I would know it. It's kind of a guessing game. You get to guess what the symbols are, okay? So, and these are symbols, things that we use at Rosh Hashanah, okay? First one goes like this. It's so good to dip in honey, so good to dip in honey. What do we dip in honey? Who knows what we dip in honey? That's right. So you go, apples, apples, so sweet. What do we dip in honey? Apples, so sweet. It's so, okay, here's the second one. It's so, let's see, good to hear the horn blow, so good to hear the horn blow. What do we call that horn though? Here, I have them here. Anybody know what we call this? What? Yep. Anybody else know what it's called? You're going to answer everything. That's okay. Okay. And now we have a dad joke that follows, okay? You always have to have a dad joke everywhere you go. That's the new name of these. They used to just be called jokes. Now they're called dad jokes. What do we call it? A horn, though? Shofar, so good. What do we call that horn, though? Shofar, so good. We celebrate creation, God's work so long ago. Each person, tree, crustacean, God made each one just so. It's so round. Okay, not your head. Round and yummy, so round, round and yummy. What's round goes to your tummy. And it's on Rosh Hashanah. It's round, it goes to your tummy. So that's a hint. It means you eat it at Rosh Hashanah, and it's round. Who knows? An apple is round. You're right, but we did that one already. What else is round? And you know? Which one? Pomegranate. That is a really good guess. Challah, the challah, yeah. What's round goes to your tummy, challah, so round. What's round goes to your tummy, challah, so round. So we sing Shana Tova. Oh no, so we go, so come on, celebrate, so come on, celebrate. What do we need to celebrate? Now we're going to go through them. Ready? Apple, so sweet. Shofar, so good. Challah, so round. And then you clap. On Rosh Hashanah. Okay, good job.
Thank you, Gordon. So we have something sort of special today because the holiday of Rosh Hashanah does not always fall on Friday night, Saturday day, which is Shabbat in Judaism. So who knows what Shabbat is? Why is Shabbat so special in the Jewish religion? When does it fall? The beginning of the week? The middle of the week? The end of the week. Shabbat is a very special day because it falls at the end of every week, and it's a time for us to celebrate God creating the world, because God also rested on the seventh day. But every once in a while, like this year, Rosh Hashanah falls on Shabbat. So there are really two things we're celebrating today, Shabbat and Rosh Hashanah. Anyone know what Rosh Hashanah means in Hebrew? Rosh. Does anyone know what a Rosh is? Mara, what's a Rosh? A head.
You know, when I used to be at camp, the people who were in charge were called Roshes.
Yeah, heads of the different sections.
Oh, they were, so it could be a head or like the head of something.
Right.
Wow.
So Rosh is head. Shana is what? Anyone know what Shana means?
There was a band, Sha-na-na.
Shana. No, different. Year.
I'm the comedy
So
relief.
Rosh Hashanah literally means the head of the year. But we think of it more in English as New Year. So we welcome you to CBS for our Rosh Hashanah, our New Year service, and our Shabbat service. And we're going to continue on page 1 in your booklet. And this is a song that we often sing on Shabbat mornings called Ma Tovu. How wonderful and beautiful are your tents, O Jacob, your dwelling places, O Israel.
really simple, not a lot of words. We're going to start it with just la la so you can learn how the tune goes. Let me move this out. You want to use this? Okay. Lie, lie, lie. We're just doing lie, lies. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. And the words go like this. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov. That's the Yaakov, Hebrew for Jacob. Mishkenotecha Yisrael. That's something cool that you could do when you're looking at Hebrew or transliteration. You'll find words that sound very similar to they do in English. Like Yaakov is Jacob. It's similar, but Yisrael, what's Yisrael? Sounds just like what it is, Israel, right? Okay, let's try it again. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael. Let's try. See, I've never done this before. Well, let's see if we can sing it in English. How fair are your tents, O Jacob. See, this is what, if you don't do something in advance, you can practice it, and this is what happens. O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel. Let's do la la one more time. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie.
So in Judaism, we treat life as a gift. We're grateful for so many things, especially in the morning when we wake up. We might be grateful for our mom and dad. We might be grateful for our brother or sister. We might be grateful for a pet. Or we might be grateful just for the air that we breathe when we wake up in the morning. So Gordon's going to lead us in a song called Todah Rabbah. It means thank you. And then I'm going to ask you when it's done, so I want you to start thinking about it, all of our kids. What are you grateful for? You don't have to tell me now, but give some thought to what you are grateful for on this Rosh Hashanah and on this Shabbat. But tell us after the song. So we're at the bottom of page 2.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, sorry, bottom of page 1.
And what does Todah Rabbah mean?
Todah means thanks. Rabbah means great. So it's sort of Todah Rabbah means great thanks or thank you.
Or thanks a lot.
Or thanks a lot.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Thanks a lot.
Cool. Todah. Todah, Todah Rabbah. Todah. Todah, Todah Rabbah. Let's try that. Todah. Todah, Todah Rabbah. Todah. Todah, Todah Rabbah. Thank you for this brand new day that all of us can share. Thank you for my family. I always know they care. Thank you for my friends and teachers, toys and games to play. Thank you for this great, great world where I wake up each day. And what do we say? Todah. Todah, Todah Rabbah. Todah. Todah, Todah Rabbah. Thank you for the sun and moon, and thank you for the stars. Thank you for the trains and boats, the airplanes and the cars. Thank you for the hugs and kisses, nice things people say. Thank you for the love that I feel every single day. And we say, Todah. Todah, Todah Rabbah. Toda. Toda, toda, rabba. And then we go like this. Ooh, thank you for, and this is where you get to fill in what you're thankful for. And raise your hand if you have something you're thankful for. Charlie's going to go first. Okay. Wow. So we go, ooh, thank you for my mom and dad. Ooh, thank you for, who else has something they're thankful for?
No? Anybody else?
You know what?
grateful
I
for-
think you're thankful that you have the choice whether you want to raise your hand or change your mind.
I think B has her hand up.
B, yes. You have a new puppy? Yeah? And what are you thankful for? November 29th. So you are thankful for November 29. It's a good thing there is a November 29, or you'd be out of luck, buddy. Okay. Thank you for my puppy dog, and thank you for November 29th, and thank you for my mom and dad, and thank you for your pets. My pets. What pets do you have?
Oh,
And a
wow.
partridge in a pear tree. Wow. Anybody else thankful for anything that you'd like to mention? And a cat. Cool. Just keep the cat away from the chicken. Be careful. Yeah. Charlie, did you have one more thing you want to be thankful for? Thank you for my grandma and grandpa. And last we sing Toda. Toda, toda, rabba. Toda. Toda, toda, rabba.
Thank you guys for your contributions. So we're grateful not just for Shabbat and for Rosh Hashanah, but for parents and grandparents and pets and November 29th. And I'm probably missing one other thing.
Grandparent, chickens and
Chickens,
you said
yeah.
pets.
Yeah. Okay. Did you want to add one thing that you're grateful for? No? Okay. Well, let's turn to page 2. We're going to go to the top of the page, and we're going to stand up and face the ark. Does anyone know why we face this way in a synagogue? Does anyone know what direction this is?
There's a hand over there.
What is it, Frankie? Exactly. So this is east. We're facing east. And Israel, Jerusalem, is east. And so in most synagogues, it is they're built so that the ark sort of forces people to stand and face east. Because Jews, during services, always try to be aware of Jerusalem and the Holy Land. Just like in another religion, in Islam, Muslims face east also. But they face a city called Mecca, which is important to them. So let's stand up. We're going to face Jerusalem. We're going to face Israel. And Gordon's going to lead us in this prayer called the Baruch Hu at the top of the page.
Yeah, they also see they do the building. They make the building so that that's facing east, because it's much easier than moving Israel. So that's really the simple answer that I can relate to. Here we go. We're gonna do the Rosh Hashanah melody. Okay, it goes like this. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed.
Standing now, we're going to go to the bottom of the page now, and this is a prayer called the Shema. It is a very short, it's probably one of the shortest prayers in Judaism, but it's also one of the most important. People sometimes say it when they wake up in the morning and when they go to bed at night. Some of our bar and bat mitzvah students, I know Jonas, you just had your bar mitzvah, picked this as a project to do during that time. So think about how important or what role God plays in your life, because this is a prayer where we basically talk about our belief in one God. So Gordon, would you lead us in that?
Same melody. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Elohim, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Okay, please be seated. And turn to page 3. We have another song for you called Love Adonai. And after we say the Shema, there's a prayer called the Ve'ahavta, which is all about love. How we love God, but also how God loves us. And this is sort of an English version of that prayer.
Yeah, so when we're saying love Adonai, we're basically saying love God. And this is nice and fun. It goes like this. Love Adonai, your God. Oh, yep, we got a clap in there, so you got to get ready to clap too. So we go, love Adonai, your God. Love Adonai, your God. Love Adonai, your God. Love Adonai, your God. With all your heart. With all your heart. With all your soul. With all your mind. With all your heart. With all your soul. With all your might. Here we go again. Love Adonai, your God. Love Adonai, your God. Love Adonai, your God. Love Adonai, your God. Take these words which I command this day and keep them in your heart. Try that. Take these words which I command this day and keep them in your heart. Love Adonai, your God. Love Adonai, your God. Love Adonai, your God. Love Adonai, your God. Bind them for a sign upon your hand. Write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Last time. Love Adonai, your God. Love Adonai, your God. Love Adonai, your God. Love Adonai, your God. Perfect. Good job.
Good job. Okay, let's turn to page 5, the top of page 5. And this is a song called Mi Chamocha. It's a question. The song opens with a question. Who is like you, God, among all that is worshipped? And this was a question asked by Miriam, Moses' sister, along with all the other women of the people of Israel after they crossed the Sea of Reeds and moved from slavery to freedom and began a journey through the desert for 40 years. That's a long time until they reached the promised land, until they reached Israel. So we are actually echoing the words of Miriam and the leaders of the Jewish people from many, many thousands of years ago.
So for all these blessings, there are many, many, many different melodies. It's kind of like if I went, oh, Mr. Sun, please shine down on me, right? Same words, but a different tune. So the blessings have many different melodies. We're mostly doing one melody because it's a very special high holiday melody that you've heard. It goes, la, 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 la. So we're going to do that for the Mi Chamocha also. Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha ne'edar ba'kodesh, Nora tehilot oseh feleh.
Bottom of page 5, we have a blessing called the Avot and the Imahot. Now, some of you expressed earlier how you were grateful for your mom and for your dad, for your parents. Well, this is a time in our service where Jews express our gratitude for our ancient mothers and fathers, the mothers and fathers of all of us. The ancient fathers are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the ancient mothers are Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. And at a certain point in the service, we express how grateful we are to them for giving birth to the Jewish people and in some ways giving birth to each of us. So Gordon, would you lead us in this?
Yeah, and this is just a few lines from the
We're only doing
entire
part of
thing.
it.
Yeah. Baruch atah Adonai. Here, I'll do it a little lower. How about down here? No, just kidding. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov. There's Jacob again. Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah.
Page 6. So Mara, I know you had something you wanted to share. We're turning to a part called Avinu Malkeinu. It's a very important part in the liturgy for the High Holy Days and the prayers for the High Holy Days. What do you want to say about this particular prayer? You want to talk into the mic?
I don't want to talk into the mic.
Well, they won't hear you at home if you don't.
Not working.
Oh, it's not working.
I'm going to just project.
Okay.
What I wanted to say about Avinu Malkeinu is that this is said only on the high holidays, both Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. We speak to God as if we are all children talking to a parent, asking for forgiveness for things we're sorry we did.
Thank you. So let's sing Avinu Malkeinu first, and then I'm going to ask you all to join me and read the English parts of the prayer. So Gordon, would you lead us in that first?
The singing of Avinu.
singing of Avinu Malkeinu.
Sure, page 6. Here we go. So it goes like this. Avinu Malkeinu. Try that. Actually, you know what? We're not singing the top. We're gonna be singing actually. If you look down at the bottom, the very last stanza. Okay, so we're singing the very first 2 words. So let's try that. Avinu Malkeinu. We sing that again. Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu. Now skip to after it says help us to improve. We're going to go Hanenu va'anenu ki ein banu ma'asim. And then aseh imanu. Aseh imanu. Tzedakah v'chesed. Tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu again. Aseh imanu. Tzedakah v'chesed v'hoshienu. V'hoshienu. Back to Avinu. Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu. Hanenu va'anenu ki ein banu ma'asim. Before we stop, I just want you to, there's something about this melody that just puts you in a certain kind of mood. We're just going to hum it, okay? So here we go.
Okay, let's read the English translation of the prayer together, starting at the top of page 6. Please join me. Avinu Malkeinu, we have made, hear our voice. Avinu Malkeinu,
we have made mistakes.
Avinu Malkeinu,
Forgive us and our family.
Avinu Malkeinu,
Let the new year be a good year.
Avinu Malkeinu,
Make an end to disease, violence, and hunger.
Avinu Malkeinu,
Send healing to all sick people.
Avinu Malkeinu,
Put an end to unfairness.
Avinu Malkeinu,
Give strength to the Jewish people.
Avinu Malkeinu,
Write us for a blessing in the book of life.
Avinu Malkeinu,
Help us all grow into our best selves.
Avinu Malkeinu,
Please answer us, though we may not deserve it, and treat us generously and kindly, and help us to improve.
Okay, page 9. And Mara, before we do this prayer, Unatana Tokef, another, some of these prayers we do every Shabbat, and some are only on certain days of the year, like Rosh Hashanah. This one on page 9, Unatana Tokef, we only do during the days of awe. And Mara wants to share a little something about it. And use the mic, please.
I do. Before I share something about Unatea Tokef, out front are these forms we are collecting for Cope Family Center and feeding it forward. And the forms tell you what we're collecting. So if you could grab one on your way out, that would be fantastic. And you can bring it back anywhere from Rosh Hashanah through Simchas Torah. So. As far as I get tripped up on this one. It's like a tongue twister for me. Unatane Tokef. It's also only said during Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And the prayer is asking us to reflect or think back on all we did this past year, both good and bad. We know that God is watching and knows everything, and God is judging us. On Rosh Hashanah it is written, and on Yom Kippur it is sealed. God is all-knowing, but quick to forgive.
Thank you. And on that note of forgiveness, Gordon, would you sing for us the prayer on page 9?
Sure, we go like this. Let's find a good key for everybody. How about here? Unatan tokef kedushat hayom ki hu nora ve'ayom. We're going to do that one more time, okay? Unatan tokef kedushat hayom ki hu nora ve'ayom.
Well, let's read the English translation of it on page 9 together. Today, you open the book of life so that we can read what is written on its pages.
Today you ask us to open our hearts
and reflect on what we have said and done this past year. On Rosh Hashanah it is written, and on Yom Kippur it is sealed. But throughout the year, the book of life is open, and the choices we make leave a mark on our world. And so we ask ourselves and each other, who will choose to live a good life? Whose hands will cause hurt, and whose hands will help heal? Who will speak up, and who will be silent? Who will be wise enough to learn from others? Who will break people down, and who will build people up? Who will choose to be a blessing? Through return to the right path, through prayer and through righteous giving, we can earn a new page in the book of life and write a better story in the new year. Okay, we're on page 10. Gordon, can you hand me that?
Yeah.
So we are turning to another unique part of Rosh Hashanah, and that is the shofar service. So I think, Charlie, you had mentioned this was called a shofar, and it's a ram's horn. And this has been a part of the Jewish tradition for thousands of years. In the Bible, they talk about blowing the ram's horn. There were 3 main reasons we would blow this a long, long time ago. One was a call to assembly. When Moses and his sister Miriam and the leaders of the Jewish people would want to gather people together, they would blow this. Another was a call to war. When there were wars in ancient times and they needed to gather the soldiers together, they would blow this horn. And finally, it was a call to prayer. When they wanted people to come together and pray, just like we're doing this morning on Rosh Hashanah, they would blow this horn in the desert or in Jerusalem after the temple was built. So we blow the shofar on Rosh Hashanah to remember all those things, but also to wake us up to the days of awe, to this sacred time between Rosh Hashanah, which we're celebrating today, and Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, which we'll be celebrating in 10 days. So there's a whole host of notes connected to this, but actually we're going to sing a song first. It's called the Shofar Song, and it's at the top of page 10. And then we're going to get to this, and we're going to hear the actual sounds. So do you want to sing the Shofar Song?
Sure. What's cool about the shofar song is the shofar song teaches you the different calls. The rabbi says some Hebrew words, and for each different set of words, there's a different sounds that the shofar makes, and this song teaches you those sounds. For those who've been here a few times with me, you know this song already, so you can help teach it. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Let's try that again. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. First one goes like this. Tekiah. I like to do that little thing at the end. You can try that. Tekiah. Try it again. Tekiah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Second one goes like this. And there's three of them. It goes, Shavarim, Shavarim. Try that again yourselves. Shavarim. And then what was the first one? Tekiah. Good. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. And we have one, it has 9 little hits on it. It goes like this. Teru, ah, 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 ah. Teru, ah, 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 ah. Let's try it one more time. Teru, ah, 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 ah. Shavarim, Shavarim. Tekiah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. The last one is the long one. And it goes like this. Okay, you got to take a deep breath. I'll do it first, and I'll just do it for a short time. Tekiah Gedolah. You try to hold that note as long as you can. You ready? Try it together. Tekiah Gedolah. Oh, Charlie's still going. Very good. Let's go over the other ones. True. Shavarim. Tekiah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, 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 happy New Year.
Are you guys all ready to hear the sound of the shofar? The real sound of the shofar from the actual ram's horn?
Well, we'll see what happens.
Now, wait, before we do that, you're jumping the gun a little bit.
I'm not jumping the gun.
There are 2 blessings we have to say before we blow the shofar. In Judaism, we often say blessings before we do certain actions. We say a blessing before we drink a glass of wine. We say a blessing before we eat challah. We say blessing before a lot of different things. So we say blessings before we blow the shofar. So join me at the bottom of page 10, and let's read the blessing for the blowing of the shofar. You can do it in Hebrew or in the transliteration below it. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lishmoa kol shofar. And if you turn to the next page, there's another blessing called the Shechianu. And Gordon, do you want to sing it or should we just read it?
You can just read it while I'm here.
We're going to read this together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Shechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. And now we're ready to hear it. So we're going to do those same 3 calls that we did a second ago. And remember, these go back many, 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 many hundreds of years. And nobody knows exactly what they mean, but they're very powerful. And they're meant to really wake us up. We're going to do each set 3 times.
Okay. See if you can recognize from the song which one. You can sing along with me.
So first we have the one long song, the Tekiah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Tekiah. And now we do the
That's all right. You can do it.
now we do the 3 shorter sounds. Shavarim. Da, 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 da.
That's Varim is what I just did. I'll do it again.
Okay. And then Teruah. And now we're going to do it again. Tekiah. Shavarim. Teruah. And one more time. Tekiah. Shavarim. Teruah. And now the real long one and the real hard one that I know you heard a minute ago. Tekiah Gedolah. Wow. I couldn't do it that long. That was very impressive. So let's turn to page 12 now. We're going to all stand up again. Who wants to help open up the ark? Go ahead. Eva and Frankie. Why don't you guys come up? And everyone else just stand up. We're going to do the Aleinu on page 12. Go ahead. Just each of you take one side. Okay, go ahead.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please stay standing. We just have a couple more things we're going to do. Thank you, Frankie and Eva. All of our younger members, all of our kids, why don't you come up to the front? Because as the rabbi of this community, there's not a lot I can do sometimes, but sometimes I can offer a gift. And I want to offer you the gift of a blessing this morning. So come and stand under this talit, under this prayer shawl. Everyone who'd like to, come on and stand underneath. And the blessing I'm going to say to you is one of the oldest blessings in all of Judaism. It goes all the way back to the Bible. Is everyone underneath this talit? It's almost like a sukkah. It's like a shelter. And I want to offer this prayer to you now. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God's countenance shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisadonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom. May God's presence be with you and grant you peace. And let all of us say, Amen. Okay, go back, take your seats. I'll take this from you guys. Thank you. Why don't we have time for one more song, and then why don't after that song we end with one final Tekiah Gedolah. Is that okay with you?
Another held note? I
Sure.
don't know. I think it'd be anticlimactic.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Well, we could do it.
I
Maybe
think we
they
did
could
it
do
last year, but we don't
Okay,
have to.
we could do it,
So
sure.
final song.
And then I'll take a nap. Okay, final song. Here, there's one in your book, your little booklet. It's called Sweet as Honey. I think it's on the very last. Well, it's on page 14. Okay. It goes like this. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. We could try that. Ready? Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav etzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah la'asok b'divrei Torah. Let's try the sweet as honey again. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Let's try that one more time. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue.
Quick announcement. Tomorrow, well, first of all, our regular service is at 10:30. But tomorrow, also at 10:30, we are meeting at Kennedy Park for a beautiful Tashlich ceremony where we are going to cast away our sins into the roaring Napa River. So if you want to take birdseed and throw your sins into the river for the fish and the ducks and what other birds do we get here? I don't even know. For the waterfowl, come for music, and there'll be a potluck lunch afterwards. It'll be a lot of fun. That's 10:30 tomorrow at Kennedy Park. And then, of course, next Monday is going to be the Yom Kippur family service as well. Anything else you want to say? Either of you guys?
Thank you for coming this morning.
Don't forget to pick up your flyer.
Okay, do you want to do a final? Let's do one final blast of the shofar. I think that's
easy for you.
I know. He ended on such a strong note, but I think we should just do one more. Yeah, and let's all stand for this very last thing. Ready?
Everybody's going to do it with me. You ready? Go ahead.
Tekiah Gedolah. Thank you, Gordon. Thank you, Mara. Happy New Year to everyone, and we'll see you soon. Okay, thanks.
Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue.